Hello everyone, this is your mentor Shashank, welcoming you all once again on the SSC YouTube channel, SSC Oliveboard YouTube channel. Here today we will be discussing the important topics for the CGL Tier 2 exam. But for which subject, sir? For reasoning, right? So today we are going to discuss some very important topics which holds a lot of weightage in exam in the reasoning section. So what are those topics? Let's start the session. But before starting the session, I want you all to like and share the video, and if you are new on this channel, then do subscribe the channel, right, so that you won't miss any further and the future updates. So here I am making a list. Here I have made a list of some of the important chapters of reasoning that most important topics I have added for the CGL Tier 2 exam, which is scheduled to be for the in the January month, right? The dates are already out. So now we are going to see the important chapters that holds a lot of weightage. This is not just a random chapter I have picked. The chapters are picked on the basis of the questions asked in the previous years in the CGL Tier 2. So on the basis of that, we have made a list of the chapters that holds a good weightage. Puzzle and sitting arrangement are the most important one. Puzzle and sitting arrangement are the important ones in view of the CGL Tier 2 that can come in the exam in around 3 or 4 marks. Similarly, data sufficiency is also important. That can come in the that can hold a weightage of 2 marks. That can hold a weightage of around 2 marks. Similarly, coding decoding is important. That can hold a weightage of 3 to 4 marks. At least 3 questions from the coding decoding can be asked. That includes Chinese coding, number coding, letter coding as well, right? Similarly, mathematical operation questions have been also asked multiple times in the CGL Tier 2 and the CHSL exam as well in the mains level examination. So we can expect around 2 questions from this chapter, right? Analogy is also important. That can be asked around 2 or 3 questions. That can be asked in a weightage of 2 to 3 questions. Analogy includes 3 different sections, that is letter analogy, number analogy, image analogy, and the class GK and GS based analogy. So analogy is also important. That can be seen in for 2 or 3 marks, right, in the mains examination. Series also holds a good weightage. That can be asked in 2 marks as well. Series includes letter series, number series, repeated series. You can definitely see of repeated series. I mean, I cannot say by so much surety that you can see the question of repeated series, but letter, number, or repeated, any of the particular series can be asked. Any of the particular series can be asked in 2 marks at least. Critical reasoning, most important one. Most important segment for the CGL Tier 2. Critical reasoning holds a good weightage of like 3 to 4 marks. 3 to 4 marks questions can be asked from this section, critical reasoning. Critical reasoning includes many chapters, that is course of action, statement argument, statement assumption, statement conclusion, statement inference, cause and effect, reasoning and assertion. So many chapters are included in this critical reasoning section, and from the critical reasoning section you can get easily 3 questions as per my expectation, as per my assumption that I have seen from the previous paper. You can also expect this year 3 questions from the critical reasoning, right? Moving forward, logical sequence of words. Logical sequence of words you have heard, so we can expect 1 question from this chapter as well. Similarly, from both of these we can expect 1 question. From both these chapters we can expect 1 question, either from the dictionary order of words or from the logical sequence of words. It is a win-win situation for us. If we see separate one question from each chapter, it would be easier for us. Coded blood relation, very important, very important. We can see 1 or 2 questions from the coded blood relation, because this chapter, this part of blood relation consumes a lot of time. So coded blood relation can be asked in the examination as well. Similarly, there comes a portion non-verbal reasoning. This is the segment of reasoning which includes many chapters, which consist of many chapters like water image, mirror image, figure series, pattern completion, embedded. So many chapters are included in this non-verbal. So we can expect 2 to 3 questions from here as well. And most importantly, missing series. I should say figure series question. Figure series and embedded are the important ones. Figure series and embedded figure are the important one in this non-verbal, right? Similarly, inequality also is an important chapter. We can see from 1 to 2 marks from either of the chapter. From inequality or syllogism, we can see 1 or 2 questions from here. And odd one out and classification, both are the same thing, either classification or odd one out. We can see the questions from this chapter as well. Overall, the section will be of 30 marks we will be getting, and these are the some important chapters you should practice if you are giving the mocks. Then you can also see the questions are being framed, are being asked in the mocks from these chapters only. Out of these, apart from these chapters, the questions are rarely asked from any other chapter if you are giving the mocks. So if I'm wrong, then correct me, but I don't think so that any other question is being asked apart from these chapters. These chapters are the very important ones from the mains point of view. So I hope you guys are practicing well, and if you are not, then try to practice these topics, try to have a good command on these chapters as much you can. So that's it for today from my side. You can join our reasoning class daily for the CGL Tier 2 examination on our YouTube channel at 4 p.m. Similarly, you can join the maths classes and the GK GS classes and English classes on the same channel at their respective timings. Thank you everyone. Thank you so much. Have a nice day, and all the best for your mains preparation. Thank you everyone.